Core members collect 50K to change results. Adeleke. If they are collecting 50K, if core members are collecting 50K to change results, they must have learnt it from the Inec officials themselves. So the Inec chairman should do something. We are going to blame him. The which one is they should not blame Inec chairman. Who allowed that to happen? If there are measures in place, if he is really serious about not allowing rigging to happen at all, it will not happen. And no core member will collect 50,000 naira to change any result. If there is going to be a punishment for doing that, if you are caught. The Pro-Chancellor and President of Adeleke University, Dr. Adeleke, has argued that the credibility of Nigeria's election depends largely on the integrity of ad hoc officials at polling units. And that is the same thing. If the Inec chairman, as in gives, what's it called? What's that English again? Like he's serious, so that it doesn't want rigging to happen. It will put measures in place for it not to happen. And if anyone is caught, you are going to jail straight. Nobody will do it. If they do it and they make people scapegoats and they see that yes, so if you really go, if you collect money, if you try to help somebody to change result, this is what will happen to you. Nobody will do anything. Nobody will do anything. Alleging that some National Youth Service Corps members, Nysc, collect as little as 60,000 naira to manipulate election results. Adeleke made the remarks on Sunday during the 12th undergraduate and 8th postgraduate convocation ceremonies of Adeleke University held in Ede, Osun State. According to him, it is unfair to hold the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Inec, solely responsible for election rigging, insisting that no individual, regardless of competence, can personally supervise thousands of polling units across the country. But we have individuals like the people that are voting. We have police. We have people that will be there to monitor. That's why we should also always monitor our votes. If you see any copper that is trying to collect money to change election results, you call them out now. Of course, why? If they want to do something, they will do it. This is not a matter of they should not blame my next chairman. And we should go to using our what's it called, electoral device, the electric ones. What's BVC? What's the name of that thing? BVAC. They should go back to using that instead of using paper and biro, that they can easily change. If they are ready to conduct a free and fair election, they can conduct it. They just don't. Even Inec chairman himself is not ready to conduct it. Something that we can go back. Everybody can go to electronic voting, where there is no need for pencil and paper. Put your fingerprint, vote, and go to your house. It's as simple as that. There is nobody that will come and change any election results, but they don't want to. This is 2026. Everything has gone digital, but we still want to be using paper to be voting. It doesn't make any sense, so we'll still blame him. He alleged that some core members deployed for election duties and police officers assigned to provide security often connive to compromise the electoral process at the polling unit level. There is violence during election. They have pied young people like you graduating today who might become adult staff of Inec, changing figures. You cannot blame them on the Inec chairman. Who will blame it on Inec chairman? He should take initiative and make this election process digital and not the use of paper. He can actually do it. He is a professor. He is educated. There are people that can do this thing. There is software that there will not be any single issues. People will vote seamlessly and go to their house. And you'll be sure that they will not rig anything. Nobody is going to manipulate anything. But he doesn't want to do it. So it is still his fault. Even if the Inec chairman is a spirit, is he going to be at all the polling units in Nigeria? First, we are going to have an election in Osun State. Osun has 3,763 polling units. Is it humanly possible for the Inec chairman to be at all those polling units at the same time? But they have entrusted it to young people like you, and yet they will collect money and change the figures. We also have policemen with children who need a good country to have a future, aiding and abetting the rigging process. And people are by just because of election, Adeleke said. Using the forthcoming Osun State governorship election as an example, Adeleke noted that with 3,763 polling units in the state alone, it will be impossible for the Inec chairman to physically monitor every voting center simultaneously. He urged the graduating students to uphold integrity and patriotism whenever entrusted with public responsibility, stressing that the nation's democratic future rests on the conduct of citizens at every level of the electoral process. Adeleke warned that persistent electoral malpractice was damaging Nigeria's international reputation and undermining confidence in its democratic institutions. He lamented that despite the country's abundance of talented citizens, electoral fraud, violence, and judicial actions that allegedly distort justice continue to project Nigeria negatively before the international community. You have international community, you look at them and you can't take one simple good thing from them, like copy the way they do their own voting system too. They don't use paper. They don't write the results with their hands. They've gone electronic with everything. We can also go electronic with everything. Their beavers or whatever, they can use it. Those beavers are working, they just don't want to use it. Even if it's not working, you can try an upgrade. So that it can actually work and people can just vote electronically and go back to their house. There's no need for counting votes with hands and biro and be changing results. They'll cancel it, they'll write another one. Or they'll use TPS to clean it and write another one. But it's not too late for us to change. It's never too late to start all over, he added. Core members are routinely deployed by the Inec as presiding officers and other ad hoc personnel during elections, playing a critical role in the accreditation of voters, conduct of polls, collation of results, and declaration of outcomes at the polling units. As Argo says, simple truths are, but the chairman and his ad hoc staff should be careful, because if they did not do it, probably core members too will not do it. Imma says one of the reasons is after using them, some of them receive as small as 10,000 naira. The money budgeted never gets to them. Inec officials will steal the money. Exactly. Who do you think is giving them that go ahead to take the money and change the results? It is still their Inec staff now. We'll blame Inec. The reason is that when an individual compromises electoral integrity, we expect Inec as a body to rise up and expose the marauders and at the same time bring out justice. Do you get? If you see somebody doing that, let there be punishment for it. Arrest them and let them go to prison. Vole says tomorrow core members will cry no job or government intervention, but they are helping scoundrels. The Nysc says that's the measure of poverty in the land. If everything is working well, what does a graduate wants to do with 50K? Bayo says, what's this one saying? Try it as a copper and see if you will leave the polling unit alive. So let's see how it goes. But I know that Inec staff are involved and they are the ones that give these people the lever to also collect the money. My listeners, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.